little while ago, a friend pointed out that I seem very comfortable with myself because on a video call, long work meeting, during which time a friend and I sometimes we were doing our own work, so I was just in front of the computer and we weren't really interacting. Yeah, my friend said that I look really comfortable with myself, just make all these weird funny faces when I'm thinking and be like, and then I talk to myself like a crazy person because maybe I'm a little bit imbalanced, and I don't know, apparently I do funny things when I'm by myself and I don't even realize that I'm doing them. And I just kind of sit in these things like they're comfortable, like a boang or a lazy boy. I would pick a lazy boy over a boang any day. Oh, so comfortable. But maybe actually neither in Malaysia. Or a boang. Lazy boy, you just be like sweat, sweat, sweat. But then again, if I was rich enough to own a lazy boy, I'd also be rich enough to have a nice big solar panel on the top of my house, which would generate the energy that I needed to run my AC all day. And then it wouldn't really matter that the lazy boy is really hot and Malaysia is really warm and humid, because the AC would be on all day, every day, run by a solar panel. Anyway. So yeah, this friend pointed out that I seem to sit really comfortably in my own skin, which is funny to think about because today is the 4th day where I'm trying to make a little video series about the insecurities I feel when writing grant applications or asking a lady out or messaging my friends incessantly because I have no one else to talk to, and am I annoying my friends? I realized after watching yesterday's video that it might seem like I have terrible friends because they don't want to listen to me and deal with me. It's not the case, okay? My friends got my back. I'm just paranoid about whether or not I'm annoying them. It's not them, it's me. I have great friends and they've really been dudes like who've helped through this crazy pandemic season where I am going out of my head. Am I out of my mind? How could I have ever been so? It's the pandemic. It's not something I did. Blind to the fact that Malaysia has a crappy government who didn't let me leave the country. No matter what I say, doesn't matter what I do, I don't have the right words, but I have a story for you, which I've already told, so I'm gonna stop ranting. Oh, it's very difficult. But yeah, my friends have really been like dudes, they've been real brothers to hang out and journey with me over the course of this thingy thing, giving me advice to navigate the treacherous depths of, I don't know, paperwork and so on, and practical things that I could do to try to get me to Luxembourg. And the things didn't work, but my friends were there and they were helpful and they did what they could. So after watching yesterday's video, if you watch day 3, I don't have terrible friends, okay? I'm just paranoid and crazy. And also practically surgically attached to my phone, which is why I'm just like typing things all the time. It's hard to let it go, when most of the day I'm just talking to myself in my head. So anyway, this other friend, long work video call, I'm doing funny things with my face, and my friend's like, yeah, you know, you look like you sit really comfortably in your own skin. And yet all these things are running through my mind all the time. Yeah, it's a little bit strange. to build on this theme of what other people seem to see, another time I was talking to another friend and I said, sometimes I feel I'm not very successful, I don't really know what's going on with life. I'm just kind of meandering around and jumping at opportunities whenever I can. And my friend's like, you think you're unsuccessful? And admittedly, this is after I've taken a solo to Ireland, I've been to Korea a bunch of times for work, been to Canada for work, been to Singapore for work. Okay, I always go to Singapore, so that doesn't count. And then a bunch of other residencies and things and so on and so forth. So I'm not really unsuccessful, I admit. And all this traveling might make it seem like I'm doing a whole lot of stuff. And actually maybe I am doing stuff, but it doesn't feel that way on the inside. No matter how comfortably I sit in my own skin and what other people see, what's going on inside is not the same. Things don't match up. I was gonna start saying the center cannot hold, but apparently the center is holding well enough for me to not completely fall apart. But yeah, so it's this strange it's this strange imbalance between how people perceive things and the chaos that's going on inside. Tony Stark, like I was talking about on the first thing, he is Iron Man. He has Pepper Potts. He has... I forgot his daughter's name. The Tony Stark in the movie, not RDJ. Cute little kid who knows how to make snarky comments. Quite funny. But according to Happy, he's just a mess inside. Okay. Anyway. But yeah, so there's this perception. There is inner reality. But maybe it's not just perception. Maybe it's external reality and inner reality. In the external sense, in tangible things, maybe stuff really is happening and it's some things are pretty cool. And yes, I am super thankful that I've been able to do all the traveling that I have and meet the people that I've met and eat the food that I ate. Although right now I really, really miss eating kebab in Europe and Korean barbecue in Korea. I really miss it. There's more, there's pork knuckle in Berlin. There's jailed bokum and Penang and gamjajeon in Korea, and I haven't gone to Japan yet. I really want to go to Japan to eat ramen and chashu. Oh, there's also really good ramen and chashu in Korea. But I'm distracted again. I'm really thankful for these opportunities that I've had to go overseas and to do things. But at the same time, the chaos inside never ends. Knowing that I've done these things before doesn't help to quiet the inner insanity, because as soon as I come back, I was like, that was a dope trip. That was fun. Saw a cute squirrel in a tree and I took a good photo. Well, okay, no, it doesn't matter where else I've been. As soon as this finishes, other questions arise, because once a trip is done, it's done, you need to move on to the next thing, and if you don't start moving on to the next thing, then what's gonna happen? As soon as one thing is done, or maybe even before one thing is done sometimes, you need to start applying for the next grant or the next residency, start figuring out what the next project is, and that's not easy to do. First off, because if you're starting a completely new process like this thing is supposed to be, you don't know what to do, you don't know what the story is, you don't know what the content of the work is. Maybe you just have a stupid idea and you take that stupid idea and you lie in bed and like, this is a good idea, I'm just gonna stay here because it feels good. But then it doesn't really take you anywhere. And you're lost and confused and surrounded by darkness. And as I walk through the valley of the shadow of death, and I know that you, God, okay, I'm not really speaking to God now, so I know that God is with me. Still kind of freaking out because I freak out a lot. I mean, it can be like, God is right there. It's like, oh, stay behind me, Ryan. Oh, behind you, whoop, whoop. Come to the front. Oh. You know, like, Kenshin Himura, hu, Amakakeru, Ryu no Hirameki. And then, and everybody dies. Well, all the bad guys die. And that's God, and then I'm like still safe in his hand. But at the same time, I'm still freaking out because, oh no, ooh, that was close. Actually, it wasn't close at all, but then I think it is because I'm paranoid. As soon as one trip finishes, as soon as one project is done, as soon as a show is wrapped up and it's complete, I tell myself, okay, it's time. Chill out, relax. Take a week. Don't train. Just rest. Fix your whatever it is that's hurting your brain a lot of the time. Your brain is hurting. Watch movies. Indulge in Netflix and don't feel bad about it. I can't. It's not always a bad I can't. Sometimes it's just I can't because there's something that I want to do, so I try to start doing it. But a lot of the time it's I can't because I start to feel guilty if I'm not working, because if I'm not working, then what happens next? Nothing. And then you die because nothing's happening and you need a way to survive. You want to eat, you gotta work, right? Yeah, as soon as one thing's over, the turmoil starts up again. The only time it's really ever kind of quiet, I think, is when it comes to performance days. Because then it's really quite simple and quite straightforward. On performance day, there's nothing you can do anymore. The piece has been made. You have to do it. There isn't enough time or energy or mental or emotional capacity to try again and fix this and tweak that. Like, yeah, you can make small little tweaks on performance day, but if you do too much, your brain freaks out and then you can't perform. If you rehearse too much, you are physically tired and then you can't perform. So on performance days, it's, okay, I'm set, let's go. And then you chill out, I'm just gonna let my brain veg out until the show. I'm gonna sleep in, no problemo. Waste the whole day, showtime comes, bang, it's done. Showtime's done. What happens next? But, I mean, for those, I guess, few hours, few days, week or so during performance week. Actually, performance week is often terrible because you're like, oh no, the lights. Oh no, the costume. Oh no, have I choreographed a piece that's actually gonna work? Do I remember my steps? But performance days, I mean, all those things are done. Those questions are settled. For a little while, there's peace. But yeah, as soon as you're done with that, then, like I've said 16 times already in this video, the inner turmoil starts again. So there is this disconnect between how people see you or how people see me and how I feel on the inside. And again, maybe that's completely normal for everybody. But maybe it's also not, and I'm just crazy. Feel free to reach out in the comments, or if you have my number, DM me and be like, Wei An, are you alright? And actually, I'm kind of alright. If I wasn't alright, I don't think I'd even be doing this. I'd just be sitting in the corner going, thinking about this makes me feel good. Yeah, so I'm doing something. I am moving forward. I don't know if I'm gonna make any money off this project. Don't know if this project is actually gonna go anywhere, if it's gonna lead to anything, or if it's just gonna be me ranting at my camera for a little while I sometimes keep quiet and dance. And when I'm moving, it's quiet on the inside. When I'm moving and just playing, there's a little bit of peace. There's also clarity in the knowledge that I'm trying to do something, trying to figure something out. I don't know what it is, but there's a line of thought that I can follow. And now it doesn't matter where that line of thought is going. I don't need to know. I can just listen and follow and see what happens, and it's cool. There's peace on the inside. It's like when practicing tricks or palm moves, when I want to learn how to flare, when I wanted to learn how to flare, when I was trying to learn how to head spin or backflip or whatever. No problemo. I am Po at the end of Kung Fu Panda 2. I can just do it and do it and do it and do it, and there's pain and there's fatigue. Maybe I'm hungry. I am still Po. Bring it on, cannonballs. I don't know, maybe it's better to be a dancer than a choreographer. But yeah, this is one of the other things, you know, that deals with people's perceptions. Because I've been working on my own projects or projects with friends for a little while, in which I'm always the choreographer, I think people kind of forget that, you know, hey, you know, you can go, hey Rian, would you like to dance for this project? Actually, some people have asked me, 3 people have asked me over the past year or so, which has been nice, although I've only been able to say yes to one of them. But I mean, I guess friends overseas who know me, they forget that they can ask, hey Rian, you just want to dance for this project? You don't need to choreograph, just bring yourself, don't bring your big mouth, leave that behind, but bring yourself and just do what I tell you to do. Maybe spin on your head. If you're good, I'll let you do a backflip. And then, yeah, well done. People don't really do that, not much, except for the 3 times that I've talked about lately, because, you know, people are like, hey, he's working on his own projects, he's doing things. He's a choreographer. Actually, I have no idea if people think that. This is my perception of what I think this is my perception of other people's perceptions of me, simply because people don't ask me to dance for their projects much. I'd be happy to, as long as you pay me. Gotta make a living, right? But yeah, when I'm dancing, when I'm moving, it's quiet inside. And for a little while, other people's perceptions don't matter. Even my own perception of myself doesn't matter. Until I watch the video, then I'm like, oh no, what am I doing? Thanks for listening.